Now, what if I told you that in just a few simple steps, you could actually go from being a beginner forex trader to becoming a pro trader, making hundreds of thousands of dollars? So, if you stick to the end of this video with me, I'm going to give you the blueprint to making all this happen. So, without further waste of time, let's dive into the screen. The first tool that you're going to need is actually trading view, because this is where you're going to be analyzing a chart. So we will go into Google and just type in trading view. Trading view, basically it simply allows us to be able to go and analyze our charts. Then from there we will go to our smartphones and then execute the trades from there. So we are going to be focusing on trading view, focusing and analyzing the markets on the PC, and then from the phone is where we will be executing our trades. So basically I'm using trading view because I'm going to be giving you a trendline strategy that I use, and it's beginner friendly. Whether you're a beginner or an intermediate trader, it's going to help you analyze your markets without any issues and get clear entries for you to be able to buy or sell the market. So this is our trading view. As you can see that I already have an account, but if you don't have an account, you can actually just go and sign up for one. So once you into your trading view, you are going to bring the market. I believe if I there, we are going to get this interface where we have our charts. We have our charts. So I'm just going to go to areas that I focus on. Mostly you're going to be focusing on XUSDs and the DXY, because the DXY is actually going to help us know the momentum of where price is going to go. So let's go first to GBP/USD. Okay, so this is going to be the first pair that you're going to analyze. Once you come to trading view, you can see this is basically price. This is what GBP/USD is doing currently, and from here we can analyze and be able to deduce what we are going to expect. We can anticipate opportunities that we are going to expect in the market. If you're going to be trading buy positions or sell positions, these are going to be determined by what we are actually going to analyze and discover from these markets. So in this video, I'm going to focus specifically on teaching you the trendline strategy, meaning that if a trend line is broken, the strategy basically is called trendline breakout. So that if a trend line is broken, we are going to be focusing on opportunities. We can have a downtrend and an uptrend. So if, let me for example illustrate quickly for those who might not be getting what I mean. So here we have our trend line, that is a trend line. Or let me first go a demo market for demonstration purposes. We have a market moving in this sort of manner. Okay, so such type of a market, this is an uptrend. The reason why we are saying that it's an uptrend is because we can see that here we are creating a series of higher highs. We are creating a series of higher highs and lower lows, because in an uptrend market we have higher highs and lower lows. So quickly, this is going to be the higher highs and higher lows. So this is a series of higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then higher low. So we can have a trend line here that basically marks our higher highs. Okay. I will illustrate this on a live market scenario, but for now, let's just focus on these particular analysis that I'm giving you. If price changes momentum, it will now start making lower lows and lower highs. So these are simply phases of the forex market. Basically, we are talking about the uptrend and the downtrend. So if you look at this phase, price broke here and then it came into a downtrend, giving us selling opportunities, crisp selling opportunities. These are the two scenarios of an uptrend and a downtrend. We also have another type of market that is called a consolidated market. A consolidated market is simply where price is not moving in any particular direction, just sideways, and doesn't give a clear momentum or direction. So as you can see, this is an illustration of the uptrend and the downtrend, as I had said. So what you're going to be focusing on is when price does something like this. Let me go here. Once price bounces and then breaks the trend line that it had been bouncing off, we are going to simply focus on that. We are going to focus on that breakout. Okay. And when we're in a downtrend, price might also give us that type of entry for buy positions. So when price breaks out for a sell, we will look for selling opportunities, and I'll get into the details of how you actually get to enter these selling opportunities in a manner that will not affect your risk management, and it will be favorable for you to actually execute good positions that will help you get some good profits with very minimal drawdown. Okay, so here you're going to look at what price does. Once it breaks out of this, we are going to focus on buying opportunities. I want you to be very attentive at this particular point, because it's where we get to explore the actual saying that we buy low and sell high. You realize that this was a higher high, as we had said. When price came, it broke out of the trend line. We are going to time for our sales at this particular high so that we sell high. So our entry is supposed to be somewhere there, or just before price gets to move so much fast or a bigger distance, so that our risk will just be a very minimal risk. Okay, when we come to our buys, a buy is also called a long position, by the way, for those who didn't know. When somebody says I'm going long, it means that they are buying highs. Okay, so say you had actually taken a sell and then the price printed this particular pattern over here. We call this a falling or a descending pattern, and this is a rising pattern. When a rising pattern gets broken out of, we are going to time for selling opportunities or short opportunities. But when price actually breaks out of this descending pattern, we are going to look for buying opportunities. I hope that is clear. So this is what we basically do. Here we go along with our entry here, because now this is our low. Okay, this is our low. So when price breaks out, we bring it at this low and then we go long. The other market that I was to illustrate was a consolidated market. Okay, a consolidated market is simply a market where price is not moving in any clear direction. It just does something of this sort. we don't like trading this type of markets, arranging market basically. We are going to wait for price to give us a clear direction so that we take our trades and actually get to profit maximally. But these ranging markets, most of the time, they don't reward any reasonable or substantial profits. Okay, so I just want us to analyze GBPUSD. But before analyzing GBPUSD, we always have to start with the DXY. So you'll come here. This is called a watch list. A watch list is simply a point where you will find pairs that you've added, pairs that you are watching on. Because as you can see here, we have a plus button. On this plus button, you can come and then search for the pairs that you want to trade. I personally love trading these XXX pairs because they are very friendly. So when you analyze the DXY, it will help us know what opportunities to anticipate in this other market. So in such a case, I like to mark my high there, highest point of price in the visible chart, and then I'll also mark here. I also see a good point where price has been bouncing off. I'll also mark that because it's a good point to keep note of. I'm doing this on the naked market, but if you want to be accurate and you're struggling to identify those points, you can just use this line chart because it will give you precise points where this price is actually bouncing off. So for me, I prefer doing it using the naked chart because I've been doing this for a while. Okay, this strategy actually helped me to pass funded next challenge with zero drawdown. Actually, I'll show you that in the future episode of how I actually made $5,000 and I had literally no drawdown. So take this very seriously because it can shape your trading career. And so for the current market, as we can see, price had a touch here on our trend line, had another touch there, and then looks like we've broken out. So what is the next phase of momentum? In this scenario, we are anticipating buy positions again. As I had said earlier on, when price breaks out of a descending pattern, we are going to be looking for buying opportunities. And when it breaks out of an ascending pattern, we are going to look for short opportunities. In this scenario, we are going to look for buying opportunities because this was a descending pattern, and as you can see, it has been broken out of. So I am basically expecting the DXY to do something of this nature. As you can see, again, here at loss, meaning this is a good spot. If somebody was actually trading the DXY, this will have been a very nice entry. Because as you can see, these are the loss that we were talking about. From there, we are going to focus on seeing price just rise from here there. This means that on XXUSD pairs, that is for GBPUSD, EURUSD, AUDUSD, NZDUSD, and the rest, we are going to be focusing on short opportunities. Okay, so with this, we can now go into GU look for selling opportunities. As it is, we can see that we had a daily high over there that had been hit, and price looks like it's reacting from that particular point. All right, as you can see, we have this particular channel. This is an ascending channel. For now, we have not broken out of. We are still inside that channel. We are seeing that price is still playing around this particular zone, but what it's most likely to do as at now, the way I see it is most likely to maybe come down and then bounce off. If not, sorry about that, if it won't do that, it could actually come break out and drop that particular point. So this is what price could potentially do, but as it is, we are just expecting it to drop, and from the confirmation that we've had from the DXY, it's actually a good time spot for price. Again, as you can see, we've had multiple candles, bearish candles, that suggest there is a strong selling pressure. So after doing that, it's wise to now go to the smaller time frames like the H4 or the H1 and start looking for entry opportunities. Okay, for this GBP USD, I'm not seeing a very clear entry opportunity for ourselves, but as we can see, the market looks like it's in a downtrend. Not a downtrend per se, but for now, it's actually still falling. So I'm not seeing a very clear entry. Whenever I don't see entries, I don't try to force the market with my own ideologies. So we'll just be watching it to see in future what opportunities that will present, and then we can potentially take advantage of. Let's quickly analyze Euro USD and then we will call it a day. I'll keep on building on this strategy next time, so that those who have not yet caught up with this can have time to go through what we talked about today, and they'll continue getting clearer insights the more they rewatch this video and the more they keep practicing on markets. Remember guys, consistency is key, and keeping on practicing is what will get you far. But if you don't keep practicing, you might not get the full value. So So from here we can see that Euro USD actually had broken some highs in the past, and then it has retraced these levels. So we are supposed to find potential entry opportunities and just deduce a story from what price is doing currently. Okay. So for me, looking at my current trend line, Euro USD seems to have reached the highest point and now looks like it's going to be selling. Let me use a line chart there because I can see this low clearly. Okay. Yeah, I guess that one is okay. As we can see, price has actually broken out of this ascending pattern, and what we said is that when price breaks out of such a pattern, what you are going to be expecting is going to be selling opportunities. So short position, probably you are expecting to see price at least come to those lows before finally deciding to do something else. But again, we don't just enter on the daily time frame, we go to the smaller time frames and try to find entries from there. So what I'm seeing now is some sort of a continuation pattern in this market. You can see we've been having a bearish momentum. The market looks like it's correct. You know, the market moves in phases: the impulse phase, the corrective phase, and the impulse phase again. What I mean is the market never goes up just straight like this. Okay? What the market does is that it goes up and then comes down a bit, goes up, comes down a bit, goes up, and then one changes momentum. Something of this nature. So basically, these phases are what we are calling the corrective phases. These phases, when the market comes back when it was going up, is what we call the corrections. When it was going down, those are the things we call the corrective phases. And these other ones, these are the impulse phases. Okay? So, with what the market is currently doing, we'll basically just wait to see. Personally, I'll feel confident if the market breaks out. I might check my trade from there if price actually does something of that sort. I'll just wait for price to try and break out. Once it breaks out, then I'll have a very sweet selling spot at this particular point. Now you can choose to be a scalper, meaning you just take actual profits, or you'll collect your profits, not partial profits, but collect profits when price has not moved too far. Okay. The other thing you could just do is hold profits and keep managing till your stop loss and just see how far price can actually drop. But this basically, ladies and gentlemen, is the strategy that I use to catch and make hundreds and thousands of dollars. So if you can follow this, replicate this strategy, you are guaranteed to have a smooth path trading the forex market. For more videos and more strategies, more insights in how to combine this strategy with other small things that will actually help you get sniper entries, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Keep watching this video and you'll keep getting value that will elevate your trading career. Please like the video also in order for this content to reach somebody that is interested in it but doesn't know how to find it. The algorithm will use your reaction to actually suggest this video to other people. Thank you for watching and come back next time for more. Peace.